What is up, YouTube? Today we are going to do a photo shoot and I'm joined by Fidelia. Some of you may remember we did a shoot together in a record store named Lost in a Record Store. Still one of my favorite photo shoots I have done so far, so it only made sense to run it back and make something great today again. And look at you. Pearls. Dress.
Yes.
I respect that. You look good.
Thank you.
So yeah, we'll shoot some photos and let's see how it goes. Today I'm going to be shooting with a 35mm camera and with a medium format camera, and I'm curious which camera is going to be better for the portrait shoot. Well, I think there's still like a clear winner, which should be like this camera, but let's see if this camera can surprise me. Alright, we are back at the crib, so let's talk about differences between the two cameras and some takeaways from this photo shoot. But before we continue, I want to say that I'm well aware that this is not a fair comparison. One is fully manual medium format camera and the other one is 35mm aperture priority camera. Different lenses and whatnot, but since these are the only two film cameras that I own, I wanted to see how each of the camera would perform in the same environment for a portrait photo shoot. And although there was a clear winner right off the bat, I can say that 35mm camera didn't leave me pleasantly surprised. The biggest difference and the reason why I love medium format is being able to capture so much more and still being able to have depth of field in the shot. If you look side by side, on the left you have medium format photo and that was captured with 80mm lens, and on the right you have a 35mm camera with a 45mm lens. Generally you would think that 45mm lens would give you a wider shot, but you would be dead wrong. And the fact that I'm able to capture so much more with a medium format camera gives me the flexibility to crop the shit out of the photo and still have a good looking image. Another huge difference that I noticed was how each of the cameras performed in the shadow areas. With 35mm camera, photos were a lot more grainier and darker, while with the medium format camera, I was still able to get very clean shots. Plus, I want to mention that 120 film rendered the highlights on her face way smoother than 35mm film. Alright, that's enough about differences. Let's talk about why 35mm cameras still pleasantly surprised me. When I took the photos in a well-lit environment, they came out nothing but amazing, especially if you compare these two shots. I would be happy with either of them as the final shot. All around there were a lot of photos from my Yashica that I was happy about and made me think if I liked the shot better from my Yashica or Mamiya. So that brings me to the final question: is Yashica Electro 35 or 35mm camera for that matter, good enough to take portraits? My answer? Absolutely. There's just few things that you need to keep in mind to get the best out of it. First of all, avoid shadow areas and shoot in well-lit environment. And don't shoot backlit. Try to light the model from the side or front, and I can guarantee that you will be happy with the final results. And with that being said, that's a wrap, guys. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, let me know. Would love to have a chat with you. Tap the like button, that is always highly appreciated on this channel. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and keep creating, buddy.